Hi there, good morning. It's Wednesday. It is the 26th of March. Another cold start to the day, but we do have spring-like temperatures and spring-like weather on the way. It could be worse. We could be in Atlantic Canada.
That's right. They are getting a wintertime, really hurricane.
Yeah, some areas
It's just unbelievable what's going to happen down there. We got all our correspondents there. Chris St. Clair is there. Chris Scott is there. So anyway, it's going to be an interesting period over the next 12 hours down on the East Coast.
All right, let's talk about our current temperatures. It's cold. It's really cold. Bundle up this morning. Now, we do have a system on the way that screams spring because our temperatures are going to be warm-ish, and we're going to see some rain.
Well, that's good. Rain is a good thing.
It'll help melt all of the snow. Rain will begin throughout the day tomorrow. It'll rain pretty much all day Thursday and into Thursday overnight into Friday. And then we won't start to see that switch over until Friday overnight. Details getting us into our weekend in just a moment. But first, here's Tom with traffic.
Spring-like forecast?
Well, temperatures are going to be warming up. Now, the 3 degrees, the 7 degrees, and the 4 degrees that you see here have the potential to rise slightly. Sunday looks to be the best day of the weekend. We're going to see a daytime high of 6 and some sunshine. But then look at Monday. We actually hit double-digit values, and there isn't a minus sign in front of it. So it looks as though spring has finally shown. Good morning. It is Wednesday. It's the 26th of March, and finally we have a spring storm to talk about. We've got temperatures warming up. We've got rain on the way. It's going to be muddy. It's going to be yucky, but yeah. I don't think anyone cares.
I was going to change things up this morning. Rather than talking about all the nasty weather, I was going to talk about Toronto sports teams, but then I realized that Jays lost, Leafs lost, Raptors lost. Okay, forget it. I would just stick with the weather.
We'll just stick with the bad weather.
Yeah, we'll stick with the weather. That's better, I think, yeah.
Okay, well, let's take a look at our current temperatures. It's cold. It's a really cold start to the day. So bundle up. Think parka, scarves, hats, mitts, the whole bit. Toronto for this time of year, so a little bit off our seasonal mark. Talk about the weekend. Will we see sunshine at all? Those answers just ahead, but first, here's Tom with traffic.
Emily.
Yeah, if you have travel plans to Atlantic Canada, WestJet and Air Canada have both issued travel advisories, so check ahead if you've got flight plans. 3 degrees for tomorrow will warm up. We're looking closer to 5 degrees, and that snow icon you're seeing, it looks as though it is going to be changing to rain. Friday, 7 with rain, and then Saturday, new system approaches, more so a rain-snow mix, but then look at Sunday, a gorgeous forecast, lots of sunshine, and a high of 6. Fortunately, the blast was a quick one, and the snow it left behind, just a dusting. But it was enough to start a flurry of social media comments like, "Not again, when will winter end?" as well as a few that are far too colorful to mention. Make sure you stay with us. Your Southern Ontario forecast is next.
And Emily has some details that might cheer you up just a smidgen.
Just a tiny wee bit. I'm actually standing in a really choice spot right now because if I go like this, that's a double-digit temperature. I know, I never thought I'd see one again either. But we do have to get through some spring-like weather first. We're looking at 3 degrees, possibly getting warmer to 5 degrees tomorrow, but we've got rain on the way and then another system for Saturday. So Sunday, things start to brighten up.
This trap.
Good morning. It is the 26th of March, Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. We've been talking about our cold temperatures this morning. You'll need your parka. We are going to be warming up. And at this point, who would actually just be happy to see rain?
Well, sure. Of course. Rain over snow. I went into a little blizzard yesterday on my home. Whiteout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy in the early afternoon.
Snowflakes like the size of your fist.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and we keep on getting blitzed with more and more, but anyway, you've got good news in the long range.
I do have good news in long range, and it has to do with your weather and your temperatures.
Well, that's all good.
I know. All right, let's take a look at where we're at right now. We're cold. We're really cold. We're at minus 11 through Toronto and in through Hamilton, minus 14 through Newmarket, minus 14 in Barrie, minus 16 in Orangeville, but you factor in the wind, and it actually feels more like the mid-minus 20s throughout Southern Ontario.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Spring weather. Oh, yeah.
Kitchener feels like minus 24.
Cold.
Santa's still on your flagpole?
Yes, he is. And I'm putting him back up on the roof, too. In protest. No, I'm going to put him back up in protest.
Protest what?
That it's not warming up.
It will, though, but if you put Santa up there, it may not. And then it's going to be your
like
fault.
Santa's going to change anything. Sure. Okay.
Santa's magic, Tom.
Yes, he is. Don't want to say that.
Rain on the way. Yay. This means spring. This is a sign. It's not going to be a substantial amount throughout the day tomorrow, but this is what we can expect. Heavier rain's going to be coming tomorrow night and into Friday. And then on the backside of this, we may even see a little bit of snow. We've got another system on the way for Saturday, but then I've got incredibly good news in the long range, and I've got that coming up in just a few moments. But first, I'm going to turn things over to Tom Reynolds. Tom, I'm seeing a lot of red lines for this early in the morning.
You are, and there is a problem.
It's going to have to stay relatively cool for at least one more, between 3 and 5 degrees through much of the GTA for tomorrow with that rain on the way. Friday, 7, we get into the warm sector, but it's going to be rainy, it's going to be windy. By Saturday, new system approaches. We've got a bit of a rain-snow mix with cooler temperatures. Sunday looks amazing, 6 degrees and sunny. And Monday, look at that, double digits, and it actually doesn't have a minus sign in front of it. For Hamilton, we could see a daytime high of 12. It's always something. Coming up, snow isn't the only thing that causes travel headaches. Just ask drivers in Arizona. Eventually, yes. Now, today we've got high pressure in place, which means we will see sunshine, but temperatures are going to be cold. We have that kind of Arctic blast moving in. Through the overnight, warm front approaches. By tomorrow afternoon, we're going to start to see the rain develop through the GTA. As long as we're into this warm sector, we will see rain. Once the cold front moves through late day Thursday and into Friday, there is a chance that we could see a bit of a rain-snow mix over. 10 millimeters of rain before the heaviest sets in Thursday overnight and into Friday.
This weather segment.
It is spring in southern Ontario, and we have good news and bad news on the way. The bad news is that we still may see a little bit of snow before spring arrives. The good news is that by this time on Monday, temperatures are actually going to be flirting with double digits. I know, that makes me happy too. Now, we threw up this question on our website. We have a coffee break, and the question of the day is, how would you feel if 30 plus centimeters of snow was forecast in your area this week? I personally would shed tears. I probably would cry. Most people would, I think. Terrible. I am done with winter. 81% of people responded that. About 14% said static, I love the snow, and 4% said other. And some of the comments were great. Harold said, if it snows, it snows. Have not had a really bad winter in a long, long time here in downtown Toronto. The worst usually seems to miss us. Well, that is the case for some areas. Nick said, can't we all just get along? Meaning, can't it be spring everywhere? And Charlene said, well, okay, we've had some bad winters through the past winters. They will need to brace themselves for bad weather. When she says they, she's talking about Atlantic Canada. Many areas could see 40 plus centimeters of snow. Now, to tie that in with this week's Weather IQ, the first storm that happens after St. Patrick's Day is called Sheila's Brush. Here's Chris May with more. Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? Thanks, Chris. Okay, I'm going to turn things over to Tom Reynolds right now. He's got an update on your commute. Kevin just gave away all my good news.
He did.
I have nothing to say anymore.
And he made a promise that he better be able to keep. Otherwise, he's in big trouble.
Right, let's put it all on him.
It's all on him.
That's what he gets for stealing my good news.
He's outside.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we do have spring-like weather on the way, finally, but we have to get through today and into tomorrow first. Now, we do have some rain on the way. Numbers. We'll talk about how warm it is eventually going to get throughout southern Ontario with those details in your long range. But first, here's Tom with traffic. Well, we've got high pressure firmly in place today, which is great news, but we do have a system approaching. Anywhere along this warm front ahead of it, we could see some light snow, so that's going to be up through Cottage Country and through Barrie and Aurelia by tomorrow morning. Could make the commute a bit slick. By the afternoon, rain moves in. Anywhere in this warm sector, it is going to stay all rain. Now, by Friday overnight and into Saturday, that's where we could start to see that transition to a bit of a rain-snow mix. And then Saturday looking fairly messy. By Sunday, we hit 7 degrees and sunshine, and Monday looks good, 8 degrees with some sun. Well, we have high pressure firmly in place today, which is good news, but it's going to be cold. -5 is our daytime high. By tomorrow, we do have a system approaching. It is going to be all rain for the city of Toronto. Areas a little bit further north could start off with a little bit of mixing. This is going to be around the noon hour, but then we'll transition into rain. Everybody will be in rain Thursday overnight and all day Friday. And then by Friday afternoon, it really starts to push out. And on the backside of this, we could see a bit of a rain-snow mix. Next system starts to approach on Saturday. This one could be a bit of a tricky drive with some mixing. Thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, I think spring has finally decided to make an appearance.
Well, I hope so. I know Rachel Schuston from Beat the Traffic. She asked when should they take the snow tires off.
Not yet.
I said never.
Never.
Just leave them on because summer's only going to be a month long.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a spring system on the way. We've got some rain around in Georgian Bay along that warm front, but then it will transition to rain, and we'll see fairly heavy rain Thursday overnight and into Friday, so that could actually help us melt quite a bit of the snow. We'll talk more about your weekend forecast. We'll get you right in through to the beginning of next week, but first, let's turn things over to Tom for traffic.
Warm up on the way.
Well, we've got high pressure in place for today, but this system will approach throughout the day tomorrow, starting off with snow through areas further north of the GTA. We are going to see rain primarily Thursday afternoon, heavier rain overnight and into Friday as the low approaches. As soon as we get to the center of the low, that's where we'll see our heaviest rain. It will start to taper off throughout the day on Friday. We could see some brief mixing before it completely pushes off, and then the next system sets up for Saturday. Now, this one is going to be a bit of a rain-snow mix because our temperatures are going to be a little on the cool side, only seeing a high of 2 degrees. But then Sunday, a beautiful day with sunshine.
And Tom.
He's going to get it one day, right?
Yeah, he'll get it.
That's what happens when you have a new grid
Yeah,
change.
we're both here.
So on this day,
Yes.
in 2007, guess how warm it was?
27.5.
20.3.
Oh, I was a little off.
You were kind of close, though. You were closer guessing that than you were the population of Atlantic Canada.
Well, I know. We were just doing that off air. We were just trying to guess the population of all the Atlantic provinces. I said around 5-6 million.
No, I
was
think you
wrong.
said 8.
I said 6.
You said 8.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
John, did he say 8?
We're going back. We're going to say 6. I said 6.
You said 6.
And it was actually 2.2.
And what did I say?
You said 2.3. Or something like
Let's
that.
take a look at the rain that we are going to see today. Again, throughout the day on Saturday, but I'll talk about that system coming up in your long range. Plus, we do have a warm-up on the way. I know. Here's Tom now with traffic. Well, we've got high pressure in place today, so we are going to be seeing some sunshine, but cold temperatures. Rain moves in by about noon tomorrow, and then we are going to see rain anywhere in this warm sector. It's going to continue overnight to be heavier around the triple point of this low. That's where we're going to see the heavier rain into Friday morning, so your Friday morning commute could be a bit dicey. Once this clears out, dries up relatively quickly, but then on Saturday about midday, next system arrives. And this one, because our temperatures are going to be so cold, we're going to see more so of a rain-snow mix. But then look at the forecast for Sunday. Gorgeous 7, and Monday looks great, sunny with a high of 8. Well, we've got high pressure today, so that's good news. We've got sunshine, but cold temperatures. Starting tomorrow morning, a lot of cloud cover, and by about the noon hour, we'll start to see some rain moving in through the GTA. Could see a fine line of mixing to northern areas. By the time the triple point of the low gets to Toronto, it's going to be late overnight and early Friday morning. That's where we're going to see our heaviest rain, so this could interrupt your morning commute. It's a fairly fast mover, and by Friday afternoon, we'll start to dry out, but then the next system sets up for Saturday. Temperatures will be colder, so it looks as though we're going to see more of a rain-snow mix throughout the day.
Studio, Emily's going to tell you when we are going to finally warm up. When, Emily? When?
Never, Kevin. Never.
Never happening. New ice age beginning.
Oh, could you imagine?
That brand new news.
No,
Yeah.
It's not breaking news.
No?
We do warm up. We're going to see spring-like values later on this week. It's not going to happen today. It's not really going to happen tomorrow. But by Friday, we're going to hit normal.
That's good because the East Coast and the West Coast aren't nice.
No, the East Coast, they actually have travel advisories
Really bad.
from Air Canada and WestJet. Check your schedules if you are flying out because they have got some areas 40-plus centimeters of snow and hurricane force winds.
Yeah.
Category 3 hurricane force winds in some areas.
Nasty.
So very, very rough travel days ahead through Atlantic Canada. Now for us, Thursday overnight and into Friday, and we may even see some snow this weekend. Ooh, I know, not very spring-like of me. Talk about that in your long range, but first, here's Tom.
Forecast and long range.
High pressure today, which means we are going to see sunshine, but cold temperatures. Low starts to move towards southern Ontario by Thursday midday. That's when we start to get into the rains through much of the GTA. It's going to be Thursday overnight and into Friday, where that center point of the low moves over Toronto. That's going to give us some heavy rain. So our morning commute on Friday could be, well, a little slippery. We do have the risk of a rain-snow mix behind this system, but it dries out relatively quickly. And then on Saturday, because our temperature is hovering around 2 degrees, the next system could bring in some snow. Not everyone in North America is still knee-deep in winter weather. Just ask drivers around Phoenix, who faced a wall of dust yesterday afternoon. But the results are often the same. 70-kilometer-per-hour gusts push the dust along, reducing visibility to near zero at times. Dust storms are common in this part of Arizona, but not this early. They're usually a summer event. Looking at Halifax yesterday, it is hard to believe a massive winter storm was gearing up. We are watching as a powerful nor'easter picks up and heads to Atlantic Canada. It's wall-to-wall warnings for the Maritimes, the island of Newfoundland. Coastal Labrador and Quebec will also feel the effects of this storm. Both Air Canada and WestJet have advisories in effect for East Coast destinations. If you're heading in that direction, you'll want to check schedule updates. Normally, this cherry tree in Washington, D.C. would be covered in blossoms. But not this year. A favorite for tourists, the official season started late last week without the star attraction. The season might end that way as well, unless the weather makes a 180 in the next few days. Some of us were brushing snow off our cars before heading home yesterday, thanks to a weak cold front. Fortunately, the blast was a quick one, and the snow left behind just a dusting. But it was enough to start a flurry of social media comments like, "Not again. When will it end?" As well as a few that are far too colorful to mention. Your Southern Ontario forecast is coming up next. Signs of spring are certainly starting to arrive in Southern Ontario, spring showers being one of them. And I got this tweet this morning. Would I be pushing it if I could ask for some sunshine after the rain? Let's take a look at the rainfall forecast. This is just going to be Thursday during the day. The heavier rain coming in Thursday overnight and into Friday. Next tweet says, "Oh, well, it's Mother Nature's call, not ours." I agree. Whoever keeps shaking the snow globe, quit. I don't think you're alone in thinking that. Spring showers would make me happy right about now. No more snow. I vote for that as well. Thanks, Kevin.
Oh, yippee.
So apparently, still winter is the new spring. You know how orange is the new black? Pink is the new black.
Yeah. I don't think I'd be saying that in
Still
public.
winter's the new spring?
Yeah, you can't say it in public. You might have. I've been getting some nasty comments.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Directed right at you.
Directed right at me.
See, I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
No, people still really like me.
That's because you go home and lock yourself in the house. And don't take calls.
Okay, you got me.
There you go.
Well, you know what? Spring is eventually going to arrive, and we do have a spring system on the way. And the green on this map just proves it, because green means rain. If that was white, that would mean snow, or blue, that would mean snow, but it's green. Yay! 10 millimeters of rain throughout the day tomorrow. It will intensify Thursday overnight and into Friday, and then we've got a new system on the way for Saturday. But in the next couple of days, I've got warmer temperatures, rain, and snow to tell you about. So lots of good news. Here's Tom now with traffic. Well, we've got temperatures gradually warming up and then cooling back down again. We've got that system approaching tomorrow that is going to bring us some rain. It'll start at around midday. It will start to intensify Thursday overnight into Friday, so some fairly decent amounts of rain. It'll help melt all of that snow. And then Friday, rain continues at daytime high of 8. Yay, that's mild. By Saturday, however, behind the cold front, temperatures are going to be cooling down. We've got our next system approaching. That's going to give us a bit of a rain-snow mix. It's literally just going to brush by Southern Ontario, so we're not talking accumulations. By Sunday, a gorgeous forecast. We're looking at daytime highs where we should be for this time of year, and that trend continues right until the middle of next week. Well, we've got high pressure in place today, which means we are going to be seeing some sunshine, even though our temperatures are going to be a little on the cool side. We've got a system approaching throughout the day tomorrow. By about midday, the rain's going to develop throughout the GTA. Northern sections could see a bit of a rain-snow mix, and then north of the cold front, we're looking for snow. Now, we're going to stay in rain anywhere around this warm sector and around the triple point of the low. The heaviest rain is going to be overnight and into Friday morning, so that could lead to a pretty dicey morning commute. Behind this system, temperatures cool down again behind the cold front, but we dry out. And then the next system starts to approach for Saturday. Now, the rainfall amounts that we're just going to see throughout the day on Thursday look like about 10 millimeters, but that's going to get heavier into Friday. Temperatures will be cold on Saturday, giving us some mixing. Good. Well, that ties in perfectly to what's happening in Atlantic Canada today. Some areas seeing up to 50 centimeters of snow and winds gusting up to 180 kilometers an hour. Hurricane force winds. Travel advisories have been issued by Air Canada and WestJet, so if you are traveling east, make sure you call ahead. Closer to home, we did see a little bit of snow yesterday. Certainly not 40 to 50 centimeters, but a light dusting through the afternoon. It was windy, certainly felt winter-like. The good news is that spring will eventually arrive. Now, we do have an area of low pressure that is going to approach the GTA tomorrow afternoon. It's going to give us its heaviest rain Thursday overnight and into Friday. We're looking at about 10 millimeters to start. This is just throughout the day on Thursday. And then we'll see the heavy rain through the overnight on Friday, continuing, and then it'll move out Friday afternoon. New system will arrive for Saturday. We do have temperatures that will stay quite chilly. We're only going to get up to about 2 degrees, so a bit of a roller coaster. We get up to 5 tomorrow. Rain approaches around midday, continues all day Friday, and then Saturday we drop down behind the cold front to only a high of 2 degrees. The next system that approaches, that's going to be our rain-snow mix. But then look at our forecast for Sunday. Sunny and 7. Monday looks great through Hamilton. We're going to see a daytime high of 9. And then look, temperatures actually stay above the freezing mark for more than 2 days in a row.
Boy, it's cold.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, I don't know. I'm ready for spring. I think everybody is ready for spring. We have got cool temperatures today, but we do warm up. Yesterday wasn't too bad of a day if you didn't mind some flurries. A lot of places saw some pretty intense snow, Kitchener and through Waterloo and Cambridge and Guelph. Even in through Toronto, Oakville, I mean, we saw snowflakes for about half an hour, so it didn't stick. I mean, it melted relatively quickly, but still, it made us think that winter is holding on. It's putting up a new fight. But, you know, still winter, it's the new spring. That's what somebody wrote on Facebook. It made me laugh this morning. And then tomorrow, temperatures are going to be gradually warming up. We have a system approaching southern Ontario. We've got high pressure today. That's giving us sunshine. That'll move out. System approaches, and by about midday, the rain, or in some cases, north of the GTA, the rain-snow mix will begin. Once we get to the triple point of that low, that's where we're going to see our heaviest rain. So through the overnight and into Friday morning, that's going to be pretty intense, so that could affect our morning commute. Behind this, temperatures are going to be colder, but it moves out relatively quickly, so we could see a brief time of a rain-snow mix. And then on Saturday, we have a new system approaching, and this one's going to give us a rain-snow mix because temperatures behind the cold front on Friday are going to drop pretty significantly. Rain throughout the day on Thursday, we're looking at about 10 millimeters. Then it'll start to intensify. Temperatures for Friday bumping up to 8, and then on Saturday, only 2 behind that cold front. So that's where we're going to see that rain-snow mix, but things get better by Sunday. It's always something. Coming up, snow isn't the only thing that causes travel headaches. Just ask drivers in Arizona. And yeah, I don't know. I'm ready for spring. I think everybody is ready for spring. Signs of spring are certainly starting to arrive in southern Ontario, spring showers being one of them. And I got this tweet this morning. Would I be pushing it if I could ask for some sunshine after the rain? Let's take a look at the rainfall forecast. This is just going to be Thursday during the day. The heavier rain coming in Thursday overnight and into Friday. Next tweet says, oh, well, it's Mother Nature's call, not ours. I agree. Whoever keeps shaking the snow globe, quit. I don't think you're alone in thinking that. Spring showers would make me happy right about now. No more snow. I vote for that as well.